though?
No.
How's it going, guys? So, we're sitting in our drift car that we've been making over a year, about a year or so.
Yeah.
It's actually a 87 RX-7, and we've done a few little power modifications to it and a reliability upgrade, but nothing too big.
Yeah, it was lacking a little bit. That rotary was just...
It was missing something called pistons.
Yeah.
That's something that we like a lot here in America, but that's something else. We still kept to the JDM vibe, though, when if you guys ever see the outside of this vehicle. I just called it a vehicle. That was a little too scientific, I think.
It's not a vehicle. It's a race car.
It is a race car.
Okay. So, what we're going to do today is very specific, very scientific, and we have no idea what we're doing.
That was a big word.
We have no idea.
We're doing a poor man's weight reduction.
The car's a little heavy at 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So we figured what would be better than to lower another 20, 25 pounds. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We're gonna measure it afterwards so we can see just how much it is, and yeah, we'll go from there.
We're gonna be taking out some of the sound deadening. Actually, it comes from the factory, but seeing it's a race car, we don't care about not hearing it. We want to hear that limiter hit a couple times.
Yeah, that would be nice. If we could do that and not blow up, that would be even better.
So, I mean, we're going to get started here in a second. As you can tell, we don't have any seats in the car. It's all gutted and everything. We're waiting to put a roll cage in. Get ready for the next drift season coming up here.
Yeah.
And, yeah, should be fun.
Enjoy. Alright, here we go. So here's what we got. We got 15 pounds of dry ice. 96 ounces of isopropyl alcohol.
91%.
91%, that's important. I don't know why, but it is. I've been told that. We got us a trough, or trowel, or whatever the hell that's called. Crowbar, pry bar, whatever else you want to call it, and a hammer. The most ultimate tool you will ever use, a hammer. If you can't fix it, grab a hammer, hit it. It'll fix it, I promise. No guarantees.
We've used this method quite a bit on the car.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to just do one bit at a time. We're going to mix dry ice. I should probably be wearing gloves, but whatever. That's okay. We don't need it. We ain't need that shit around here. Safety is of the utmost importance. Okay. So now what we're gonna do? We're gonna take our pry bar and we're gonna crush it. Okay. Just get in there real good. Chisel it up. It's gonna start foaming. Now, take 2 bottles for every 5 pounds. We're gonna pour this shit in there and see what happens.
And now some science behind it might actually be pretty fun. Is with liquid nitrogen, or not liquid nitrogen, dry ice, it's actually just frozen nitrogen. So when it evaporates like that, it doesn't actually leave a liquid residue. It just evaporates into the air. Which is just a little fun fact for you if you ever wanted it. Which you probably didn't, but you
What we're gonna do is just mix this up. Chop it real good. That way we can make sure it mixes into like a slushy. Okay, so like you go to the gas station, you can get you one of them little slushies, you want it like that. Nice consistency.
So is this the safest method?
Yes, it is. The no gloves, no eye protection, hands-free, hands-on approach. I think it's the most effective way to do it.
Come on now, we need that bucket.
The bucket. That's not good. Don't worry about that. We ain't worried about that. It's okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Alright, this is what it's supposed to look like when you get close to being done. See how it's kind of like slurry? There's still little chunks in there. It's almost like a gel. Okay? That's what you want it to look like.
And you want to do a little bit at a time, right? So that we don't
You don't want to do too much all at once because let's say you get it on there, you want it to be even. You don't want to get like a big chunk here and the next thing you know, you just ran out of dry ice and you still have half the car to do.
The effectiveness.
You can use this and it's going to last a while. It's not going to melt right away. It's basically liquid nitrogen. I mean, it's poor man's liquid nitrogen, but it'll work. At least I hope so. Alright, so here we go. Test sample number 1. Experiment number 1, let's see what happens.
What we're looking for is a cracking noise, which is it separating from the metal of the car.
Be very careful not to get this shit in your hands.
Watch the profanity.
My bad.
And you just kind of want to spread it, right?
Yep. Don't get on your hands. You will burn yourself. Fuck this.
Yeah, there we go. That's more like it.
That's really cold.
I think anyone who's a part of the JDM lifestyle appreciates just the attitude of, fuck it.
Alright. Yeah, we might need more than we thought. Oh, that's cold.
So what are you trying to do right here?
Basically, I'm just trying to get it onto this insulation so that way we can get it to free it from the body. Make it a little bit easier to get to.
Hear it sizzling?
Try to avoid getting it on wires if you can, but you know.
Our wiring harness was custom done by us, so we're not too worried about it because we're probably going to replace it anyways with another unit. Just like that. So.
Yeah, don't do what I do. Just hopefully we got the right ratios.
So ideally, you want it to sound like Rice Krispies up in here. So one thing we failed to notice was when we were building the wiring for this car and a couple of other stuff underneath, we had to drill miscellaneous holes, like these guys right here. Now, the problem with those is that this poor man's liquid nitrogen is quite possibly leaking onto our garage floor. So that's something you might want to watch out for when you do it yourself. So as I suspected, we got some of it pooling down here on our garage floor. We just put this coating down too a couple weeks ago. So you don't want this to happen. Oh, there's our custom exhaust and everything. So, one of the cool side effects of putting this poor man's liquid nitrogen on your car is all that right there. That white stuff is all frost. Looks like a little winter wonderland underneath your race car. It's on both sides too. But yeah, this looks pretty cool. Hey Kyle, got anything to say?
Dry ice is awesome.
Well, that was pretty lame.
Shit. Okay, it's not working as well as I thought. All else fails, you hit it with a hammer. I'd say that's pretty effective.
I mean, so would you say the most important tool to have in any mechanic's garage is a sledgehammer?
It's a sledgehammer for sure.
2 of these, right?
Yeah, 2. You missed. A little overshot there.
Hey, you know what?
It's an interesting technique you got going on. What do you call that?
The squirter.
It's slightly different on that one. What do you call that one?
I don't have a name for it.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, it's that way.
Actually, that's right.
Is it really? Is it crack?
Yeah. You can already see it on the bucket starting to get a little frosty. Actually,
That's where we tile our buckets leaking.
Is the bucket really leaking?
Where's the other bucket? It's really leaking.
Does it have a crack?
Yeah. Where's that other empty bucket we had?
So this is why you gotta be careful when you're crushing up your ice.
There is a crack in here somewhere. I'm trying to find it. Oh, it's right at the bottom.
It's probably from when I was smacking it with
The
the.
bottom. The very,
yeah.
very bottom. In the little circle.
Yep. Okay.
It's probably from when we used the sledgehammer, honestly.
Probably.
Sometimes the sledgehammer isn't always the answer. But you know what always is the answer? Miata is always the answer. That's what Miata stands for.
Oh. Oh, okay. I guess I could see
It's
that.
okay, I'm the designated hairdresser.
Yeah, that's true. You always do have really good hair. How do you do it?
Needs a haircut right now, but I have a personal hairdresser for my hairdresser.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I will have to say, the biggest inconvenience of Miatas is when you're driving and you're hitting rev limiter and then your engine blows up and you get the bag of dildos in your face. Never fun.
Yeah, you gotta.
I've blown one Miata engine so far, but I was racing.
Yeah. You want to tell us how that happened again?
Yeah. Okay. So we have a Miata. I've had two in my lifetime, and so I was racing. There's a track here in Texas that we go to. It's a road course.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have a little like spec Miata series kind of. So it's everyone has the same car, same specs. It's all based on driver skill. The one thing that I happen to neglect when I'm doing this series was the fact that motors need constant lubrication.
Yeah.
So,
there's just that slight detail.
One day, I was practicing, and I started to hear this bad, like, it sounded like a really bad exhaust leak. This was probably about 2 or 3 years ago. I didn't know as much about cars, and mechanically wise. And so I pull off, and I'm like, you know, everything looks good. I pop the hood. Don't check the oil, but I just pop the hood, make sure everything's fine. And I'm like, whatever, fuck it. So then I start driving again, do another couple hot laps, and it gets louder and louder until I hear a ping. And then it starts knocking really bad. And I was like, that's really weird. That's odd. I pull off, and then my dad and my mom are there. And my dad instantly checks the engine oil. Well, that'd be great if there was any. So yeah, I ran out of the car dry around the course a couple laps, and it was still running fine. It just knocked, you know? Slight inconvenience.
Yeah.
And so I will give it to the 1.6 liter. This was a long nose crank. And I respect that motor every day. But you know what? I never forget to check my oil anymore.
I bet not.
But
it's kind of an important factor for racing, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. So the biggest, I think, pro tip that we can give is check your oil.
Yeah, but we need to put a little caveat there. We are not professionals by any means or any standards.
No, we are not professionals. A lot of professionals would see the work we do and probably look and be like, you know, none of this is safe. None of this is by the books. But you know what? It sure looks fun.
But you see, here's the good thing, though, is that we're doing stuff that you can do with your basic tools.
In your garage or your driveway. It doesn't matter who you are. We are just two regular guys. Yep. And we don't have a lot of money. We're going to use what we have.
Sometimes you have to innovate, and you have to come up with your own plan on how to fix something without spending any money.
Necessity is the mother of invention. I'll tell you what.
I'd like to change that to being broke is the necessity of all inventions.
Wait. Oh, being broke is the necessity of all inventions? You care to rephrase that?
Yeah.
Being broke is the mother of all inventions?
Yeah, no, I just reworded it into something different. See, now it makes sense. Yes. I stand by it.
Oh, good. So, yeah, we're sponsored by the, no one.
Yeah, we have no sponsors.
We're sponsored by our own wallets, which actually hurt right now. One big difference between us and most car guys is, like, we went out to, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Texas 2K.
Oh, God.
We went to Texas 2K16. Everyone online and all of our friends think it's the most awesome thing ever. I'm here to tell you that's a line, a hunk of shit.
Yes.
Literally. So we were all, at this time, we were all single guys. And we're wondering, how are we going to spend our spring break? Oh, well, the common thing for car guys would be, let's go to Texas 2K. There's a bunch of cool shit out here. There's going to be parties, there's going to be girls, there's going to be cars, and it's going to be awesome.
It'd be the trifecta.
So, we were building our car at this time. We were trying to get it done in time to get there. We dropped the motor in the night before we get to 2K, and we're just not going to take it because there were too many other little things that it wouldn't be road legal for one, and we didn't want to get in trouble with the law. That's the one thing we don't like fucking with.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we get out there, and it fucking blows. It's literally just a bunch of dudes looking at other rich dudes' cars, jerking off over their car, like, oh my god, I love your Corvette, oh! And that's about all it is. And these guys, they only race in a straight line. They don't know how to race around a track, let alone do they even know how to turn right, I'm assuming.
Well, how about the guys that the light turns green and they're basically sitting there texting on their phones?
These guys don't know how to stay.
You have like a 3 second.
Racing.
Yeah, you have like a 3 second delay before you actually push the gas pedal.
Like, it's like they're staging through it. It goes yellow, then it goes green, and it's like 3 seconds before they actually hit the gas and go anywhere. And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hate on everyone, okay? I'm just upset with all the hype it got, and it's really not that cool. So if you're in another state and you're thinking about going to 2K, it's not worth it. All the videos you see are probably from like one night. It's 3 nights long, and those are all the guys with a bunch of money and a bunch of connections. Just for a normal guy, it's not that cool. I would much rather spend the
It's
same
not great
money.
when you show up in a Honda Civic and they got like these multi-million-dollar cars. Now you're proud of your Honda Civic because you're like, I put a lot of time and effort into this car. But you know what? It's still a Honda Civic, and you're comparing it to like Lamborghinis and Ferraris and
if
shit
you have
like
a shit
that.
ton of money, you'll enjoy it because you'll be fit
Well,
right
yeah.
in with everyone who didn't build their car. They paid someone else to build the car. And
In
for
most
me, I don't
cases,
respect it.
in most cases, not all.
Okay, not all cases, I will admit, but most cases. And then there's also race teams, like the teams that are out there. Cool, they're showing off their stuff. I can respect that. That's a good marketing opportunity. But me as a single guy at that point, I would have much rather gone to spring break in South Padre Island where there's a bunch of women in bikinis and a bunch of drinking and a bunch of partying, and then I could come back, build my car, and enjoy it just like any other guy.
Yes.
Just saying. I'd rather be around a bunch of women than a bunch of dudes. Get to work. That didn't do shit.
You gotta hit it like you got a person.
I know, but I don't want to get it on my face.
Ah, there it is.
Oh, it's all over my hands. Did you
Hey,
get on
look
your
at
hands?
that.
Did you get on your hands?
Yeah, but it's alright.
Okay, cool.
Look at that. Man, that's really working. That's just tipping right up. Look at that. Boom.
It's just kind of like tiling a floor.
That's justice right there.
It feels so wrong.
Does
I
it?
feel like I'm hurting him.
He'll be okay. He can take it.
I mean, it is a drift car. He's gonna get a beating, but
Yeah.
he's an old man. I mean, come on. He's like, nah, I won't throw you under the bus. Never mind.
Ouch. Ouch.
Does not taste good.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's all good.
How cold is that?
It's a little chilly, but just gotta man up. Not Bill. Well, kids might watch this. Never mind.
Yeah, you might want to back that down a little
Don't
bit.
be a kitty cat.
Yes, yes.
Out of there. Care if I get the ice too?
Yeah, you can get the ice. We'll do another batch.
And we've already gotten the 2 back compartments where back seats would be if it's like a S14, S13 Sylvia, you know, or even an 8.6 Corolla or any real drift car you can think of that might have 4 seats. That's where they'd be. But in here we just had storage bins because we didn't have a 2+2.
Or if you really want to do it, you could always drop some subwoofers and drop some mad beats.
Son.
No. Yeah. Hey, I mean, if you can't win the race, you could always just make a lot of noise.
That's what Mustangs do.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
And then when they're done making noise, they run into a crowd of people. I'm not gonna apologize.
We all got choices, and sometimes we don't make the best ones, you know. Sometimes, Kenda, driving a Mustang into a crowd of people.
Sometimes you end up
I don't
buying
know.
a Mustang.
But who knows? You know what? Maybe that guy was just having a really bad day, and he just needed an excuse, and the Mustang was his scapegoat.
You know, maybe you're wrong this whole time, and it's really not the Mustang's fault. It's just all the owners.
I'm just saying, you know, it's possible.
Now, let's give in. Some people, they were like gifted a Mustang, and they didn't choose it, but it was either have a free Mustang or no car. Then I can understand it, but why wouldn't you just sell the Mustang and get a real car?
Yeah, well, but look at it like this. Like, if you could have a Mustang or a Ford Pinto, I mean, let's just face it. I mean, that's a hard choice.
What Mustang are we talking about, though?
We'll say,
If we're talking Fox body or Pinto, Pinto all the way.
yeah, I guess that's true.
If we're talking like brand new 2016 5.0.
Well, let's put it it's something that like anybody can afford. Let's just say 2010 Mustang GT. All right. So you know, nothing too special, just something that's fairly decent, or a Ford Pinto. I mean, one, you're gonna run into people. Two, you might catch on fire and explode.
Legal fees are more expensive than just getting another car.
Yeah, but that's what insurance is for.
I'm gonna have to put my money.
But then again, if you're driving a Ford Pinto, do you buy insurance?
No, you're right.
I mean, if you think about it,
You don't need insurance when you got your sick beats.
so really the Ford Pinto is all around a nice win. Because A, you don't have to drive a Mustang.
Also, I don't know if you know
B, you
this.
don't have to have insurance, just liability.
And C, you get to say you drive
A Ford Pinto.
Which, in my opinion, I would rather drive the Pinto than say I own a Mustang. We even heard a Mustang driver when we were at a car meet. This guy drove off in his 2010 GT. I think this one was a 4.6, not the 5.0.
Mm-hmm.
And he freaking drives it. He tries to do a burnout and ends up going off the road into the grass and over by the overpass. Everyone's laughing. And then this guy next to us is like, see, this is why I don't tell people I drive a Mustang, because idiots like that guy. See,
Yeah.
even he drives a Mustang and he wishes he had something else.
Yeah, but
So if your drivers even want a different car,
But see, you could take a Mustang driver, you could put him in like a 240, and he's still gonna drive it like a Mustang.
a Mustang,
So-
Mustang isn't a car, it's a way of life.
Yes, this is true.
I
This
should probably
is
get back
true.
to work. I'm gonna get
Yeah,
back to work.
yeah, get back to work. We'll be back.
Well, we're getting closer,
Yeah.
but still got a little down there and some in the back by the fuel cell. Almost done. I like the way you churn that bucket, boy.
Thank you.
Probably not the safest way of doing this, but you guys might have learned by now that we just have this one attitude of just kind of like, screw it. So we're just gonna lay it on down there. Just gotta watch our wires. Now I made sure not to get any on the fuel cells directly,
Try not to.
but just surrounded around it on all the stuff. You can actually hear it cracking over here. Can't believe this is only 6 o'clock too. It's already freaking dark as shit. Second. Okay, so we had to remove the steering wheel to get some extra leverage when we were in here, because otherwise it'd be very hard to get the hammer wrapped back. So I don't know if you're gonna have to do it for your car, but I know for us at least it made it a lot easier to get a lot more leverage than if we had the steering wheel inside. Alright, so after we got everything done and stripped pretty much, this is the finished product. It's a bucket full of goodies. It's probably about a good 30 pounds or so. I mean, gotta get the gains. You always gotta get the gains. Yeah, it feels about like 30 pounds. And then here's the interior of the car. Anywhere you see the like grayish color, Alright guys, well this has been fun. We're new at this, so we're trying to experiment with a few things here, like lighting and audio. We need to get an external mic. It's a brand new camera. It's something simple right now, just a regular little camcorder. Later on, we might want to get something a little nicer, but just hopefully you guys enjoy it. And whenever you hear us joking about how we like American things, like American muscle and stuff, and V8s, just know we love JDM cars as well. My personal dream car was the R34 GTR, just like any other 12-year-old kid when they see it.
Yeah.
We've seen Paul Walker driving it in Too Fast, Too Furious. I fell in love.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Just such a sad way to go.
Yeah, he wasn't even driving too, but
that's okay.
hopefully you enjoy our commentaries on these videos and you get a little bit of a chuckle out of it. Yeah, I mean, this was just our first little video on it, a little project on our car. The car has a name. It's actually the General Ree, kind of based off the General Lee, just a little bit more JDM.
It's got the heart of General Lee, but it's got the body of a Japanese awesomeness. I don't know.
It can actually handle.
It can handle. So basically, you take everything that was bad about the General Lee, which I'm not trying to talk it down, but let's just face it, it wasn't the most maneuverable vehicle.
No, but the Duke boys sure had fun.
We basically took everything that was awesome about that and put it into something they could handle.
And we know there's going to be rotary guys hating on us all the time. Because it is an R7, but we don't have a rotary in it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what are we going to do? We're just going to... I mean, tough shit. Oh, well.
Yeah, I mean... I think
there's a lot more people that will appreciate what we've got. And I promise you, you will get to see this thing in action eventually.
Yep.
Not today.
No, not today. Lone Star Drift, there you go.
Lone Star Drift, yeah, shout out to those guys.
Yeah, those guys are pretty awesome. Everyone's out there to have a good time.
We suck, we've never ever done it. So
yeah, no.
We're probably gonna crash.
I mean, we did it, you know, on the street and stuff in our old cars.
Let's face it, we're probably gonna crash.
That's why the outside.
Let's just face it.
That's what the outside looks like.
But that's what this is all about. You gotta have fun, you know? I mean, it's all part of racing. You break it, you fix it.
You repeat.
And you repeat. Alright, guys.
Alright. Well, this has been the first episode of Two Brothers Garage, and by the way, if you didn't know, we're brothers.
Oh, yeah.
He's not my dad.
I'm not his dad, damn it.
We've had that happen a couple of times. I'm actually 19, he's 28.
Oh, hey, I'm just old as fuck.
Okay,
it's okay.
alright.
It's okay. It's alright.
It's
Anyway.
Yeah, alright. Later, guys.